surrounded by at least 3 enemies. Taunt. I think I got everything now. Wait, he has stealth? Wait, what? Oh, he has speed. I gotta do self any. Activate mode speed. Sorry, I like doing the tactic stuff because it can be useful. I don't really like this one being there because she's gonna she's gonna fuck that. I'm not gonna have you. I'm gonna say clustered with 3 enemies. Because if there's only 2, I'm not gonna have you fucking fireball them. Not worth it. Okay, I think I got everything then. Yes. Did that save it for everybody? Yeah, okay, good. I think that's everything. Yep, 4, 4, 4. Okay. Ooh, I gotta have activate. Wait, oh no, wait, I think I have that, don't I? Yeah, I do. Okay, I'm gonna move that up there. Alright. Let's go. Where are we going? I don't know where I'm going. We're the Sebastian. I guess I gotta look. I need to go to my home and get all this shit. Yeah. Gotta to go talk to Aveline. Gotta bring 50 sovereigns. 50 gold. God damn. Talk to Varric and Lota. Yeah, whatever. I'm gonna go to my home. Marcus active. Let's go. Where are we going? This way. Let's go. That's right, there's there like merchants and shit now? Yeah, there are. Fuck that. I gotta get to my home. Oh, hello. Kirkwall, Hightown. At the height of the Tevinter Imperium slave trade, Kirkwall's elite prospered beyond dreams of avarice. Hightown was built for the wealthiest slavers, its glitzy mansions rising atop a great wall of rock that borders, on one side, the waking sea. Lowtown cowered on its other side until Kirkwall's slaves rose to plunder and destroy Hightown's riches. Today, Hightown's prominent buildings are the Keep, home to the ruling Viscount, and the Chantry, home to the Grand Cleric and the city's religious center. Both are converted estates that once housed wealthy magisters, rebuilt and converted after the uprising. This fucking Brother Genitivi guy, man. He just knows everything. The Coterie. Kirkwall is built on a solid foundation of greed and human suffering, and its underworld is a place... What do you mean? That's the world, dude. The world is built on a solid foundation of greed and human suffering. Where everything is for sale and everyone is fair game. Okay, maybe not human suffering as much, but definitely greed. There are many criminal empires within the city, some of which have been around since the Imperium used Kirkwall as a hub in the slave trade. Alliances, spying, manipulation, betrayal, and open warfare is all commonplace in the never-ending struggle for power. The Coterie is a thieves guild that has been around for almost a century, but until recently was never a major player in the underworld. Some 20 years ago, the strongest of the local criminal empires was an ancient guild known as the Sabrathan. But its leader was betrayed from within, and during the turmoil, the Coterie made a successful grab for power. Since then, they've sunk their claws into almost every level of Kirkwall, including the City Guard, the Dwarven Merchants Guild, and some of the most influential citizens in the city. It's safe to say that the Coterie gets a slice of every pie, and very little goes on at Kirkwall that escapes their notice. Awesome. Okay. Bertrand Tethras. Half of Kirkwall wants to be my best friend right now. Except me. The history of noble House Tethras stretches back to the foundation of Orzammar. The memories say that three times a child of House Tethras took the office of Assembly Steward. They held appointments in the Shaperate of Memories and the Shaperate of Golems, but no longer. In the second year of the reign of King Endrin Iduken, Lord Andvar Tethras was found guilty before the Assembly of willfully manipulating proving matches in favor of his house. For this affront to the ancestors, he and all his house were sentenced to exile on the surface. Andvar died a mere 5 years later, leaving behind his lady Ilsa, 10-year-old Bartrand, and 2-year-old Varric. Oh, so Bartrand is 8 years older than Varric. I can do math. Exile, surface life, and the loss of her husband conspired. House Tetanus? Yeah. House Tetanus. That's almost how it sounds, right? who took to drink, leaving young Bartrand to manage... Wait, what? Conspired against... Oh, who took to drink, leaving young Bartrand to manage what was left of House Tethris. But now I'm gonna, like, enunciate it better. By the time he was 15, Bartrand had doubled his family's fortune. The disgrace of House Tethris fueled his ambition, and his once noble title gave him an instant place among the Kalnas, the old money elite of the Dwarven Merchants Guild. He used it to build alliances and business ventures as if he were a member of the Orzammar Assembly. By the time Lady Ilsa died, Bartrand had made the Tethris family one of the guild's most influential, but wealth and power on the surface couldn't sate him. He began to court alliances with the wealthiest ascendant families, branching into banking and mercenary companies. Guild members mutter that nothing will satisfy Bartrand but a complete reconstruction of House Tethris's estate in Orzammar, down to the rivers of lava built in Kirkwall. I was just hoping it would be different here in Kirkwall. We're not running away, we're coming home. Sorry, I read... Oh no, I didn't read hers. Even growing up as an apostate has not dimmed Bethany's faith and sunny nature, though it has colored her view of the world. Bethany wishes above all else to be normal. She appreciates the trouble her family took to keep her out of the circle, but the running, hiding, and constant fear have taken their toll. Though she would never admit so to her mother, not after all she sacrificed to protect her, Bethany sometimes wonders whether she'd be better off in the circle. At least there she would be with other mages, confident she'd be serving the will of the Maker and not defying a millennium of religious teachings. Still, her first loyalty is to her family. Despite her doubts, she gladly embraces her magic if it keeps them safe. She has a teasing rivalry with her twin Carver and greatly respects Amrath. That's right, respect me! That's me! That's me! The hero of Ferelden. The hero of Ferelden was born to noble House Iduken of Orzammar. Yeah, he fucking was. The second son of King Endrin Iduken. Yeah, he fucking was. After being charged with fratricide, the hero was exiled to the Deep Roads. Hell yeah, he was. There he met Grey Warden Commander Duncan, who recruited him into the Order. Hell yeah, he did. The hero fought and killed the Archdemon. Yeah, I mean, you get the point. And lived to tell the tale. With the Archdemon gone, the Darkspawn ranks broke. Oh, lived to tell the tale because I had a ritual baby with Morgan. And the Horde was easily routed. After ending the Blight, the hero Ferelden took up the mantle of Warden Commander and began the task of rebuilding the Order in Ferelden. Definitely did that. Varric Tethris. I know everyone in the city worth knowing. Varric was born 3 years after his father's exile from Orzammar into the world of the Merchants Guild. The ancestors never spoke, and paragons were the heroes in tall tales. The number of dances a Kalna lady gave to a lowborn ascendant boy were more pivotal than the reign of kings. While Bartrand ran the businesses and drove House Tethris ever higher up the social ladder, Varric looked after the family and their retainers. His mother, Lady Ilsa, suffered terribly from the trauma of her disgrace and exile, finding solace in liquor and smoke. Don't we all? It fell to her younger son to try to curb the worst of her drunken rages, to keep her from becoming a matter of public scandal, and to care for her when she fell ill from her excesses. Though he is famous throughout the Merchants Guild for his stories, Varric speaks rarely of himself or his family. Most of Kirkwall knows him. Everyone has brought him a drink at least once, for the sake of his fictions rather than his family connections. Oh, these are all, yeah. Those are all, tutorials. Alright, let's go to my house, get the gear, kick ass. Take fucking names. That's what we're gonna do. Wait, what? This is to my home? The fuck? Okay. Where's my puppy? There's my puppy! Dog. Can I name him something? I guess I can't name him anything different. Wait, why am I going here?
You don't.
What?
Seem to like your brother very much.
Whatever. Guess I'm going here.
I thought it took blood magic to read minds.
I had a twin brother, Carver. He used to nail my braid to the bed while I was sleeping.
Wow.
I never thought I'd miss him this much.
Sorry about your brother. Hey, you want mine? I got a spare.
He's a dwarf. I wouldn't really work. Brother from another mother. And father. And race. Wait, what the fuck? Oh, okay.
Good luck getting in. I've been waiting all day.
Shut up. Hierarchy of the Circle. It is no simple matter safeguarding ordinary men from mages, and mages from themselves. Each circle tower must have some measure of self-government, for it is ever the Maker's will that men be given the power to take responsibility for our own actions. to sin and fail, as well as to achieve the highest grace and glory on our own strength. You, who will be tasked with the protection of the circle, must be aware of its workings. The first, holy shit, enchanter is the heart of any tower. He will determine the course the circle will take. He will choose which apprentices may be tested and made full mages, and you will work most closely with them. Assisting the first enchanter will be the senior enchanters, a small council of the most trusted and experienced magi in the tower. From this group, the next enchanter is always chosen. Beneath the council are the enchanters. These are the teachers and mentors of the tower, and you must get to know them in order to keep your finger on the pulse of the circle. For the enchanters will always know what is happening among the children. All those who have passed their harrowing but have not taken apprentices are mages. This is where most trouble in a circle lies, in the idleness and inexperience of youth. The untested apprentices are the most numerous denizens of any tower, but they more often pose threats to themselves due to their lack of training than to anyone else.
Good luck getting in.
Good luck getting in. Shut the fuck up. Oh, God, I remember that. I'm gonna hear that so many times.
Please keep it quiet, Sirrah.
Apparently, I'm gonna be talking to Aveline first.
The Viscount mustn't be disturbed.
Yep.
My lady, you've been so patient.
I want to go to my house. Why did it tell me to go here? Whoops. God damn it. Oh, here we go. Easy. Right here. Oh, I could have just gone to my house. Not a cult, surely? It sure fucking sounds like a cult, doesn't it? Yo. Why don't I just do this? Can I just do this? Ah! God damn it, I can't.
Do you ever wish you lived in Orzammar?
Great ancestors, no. You know what Orzammar is? It's cramped tunnels filled with dog shit and body odor.
I wouldn't say it's that was that cramped.
Great-great-great-grandfather made a water clock or something.
But they're your people. Don't you even wonder what it would be like?
I have a good imagination. Why would I waste it on that?
True.
Ooh, I wonder if they sell shoes.
Kirkwall, Lowtown. Lowtown sits in a massive cauldron-shaped pit that was once Kirkwall's first quarry. The district was constructed by slaves who carved the city and its harbor out of the rock. Today, Lowtown is a labyrinth of shantytowns, corridors, and hexagonal courtyards. Hexes in the local parlance. Lowtown's poorest live in caves hewn out of the cliff face. The district is shoddily built and bears scars caused by collapsing walls. Foundry smoke smothers in the area. Only a cold winter storm clears the air, but the icy wind howling over the mouths of old mine shafts hardly counts as a relief. Occasionally, these dark town shafts erupt with gouts of foul air known as choke damp. Whoa. It's not uncommon to find whole slums silently suffocated, frozen in the midst of everyday activity. Interesting. The walls surrounding Lowtown are highest by the harbor. Its busiest street leads up to Hightown, where the wealthiest Kirkwallers perch. When one stands in Lowtown, all one sees other than rocky walls is Hightown. It glitters overhead, always in sight, yet always beyond reach. A badly copied leaflet. Take back our streets! Ferelden refugees, Cornari soldiers, who next? Deventer slavers snatching children out of their beds? This ends now. Send a message that Kirkwallers will not accept this. We must band together to drive foreign waste from our doorstep. Reclaim the free marches for the marchers. If you care about our future, join the Friends of Kirkwall. Reclaim our city. Fuck yeah, dude. Reclaim our goddamn city, bruh. I'm not going to any of these people right now. I will loot, though. Injury kit. Hell yeah. Please. Can I run faster?
Belts, rings, amulets.
Shut up.
We sell 'em all.
Barrel! I see Barrel!
I bring you a priceless
I will get the quests. Oh, yes. Health potions. I need to get Anders, my healer. The Hanged Man! That's the inn. Oh, hello there, how are you?
Shove off, you.
What? Wow, okay, fine. Jesus. I was just trying to be friendly. Apparently not.
What's the point?
Yeah, I know. Tell me about it,
Mother
dude.
to live in this filth hole.
Alright, let's go in here. Because we got all those the premium content for this. This is where we can make like potions and shit too.
hard to believe they left me nothing.
Well, Mother was pretty steamed when you ran off with your Ferelden apostate.
You want to say that again, bitch?
The eldest?
I didn't think so. Shut up. That's what I fucking thought. All right. Oh, good lord, look at this. Yo, I want to go get my shit. Oh my god. Jesus. Oh, hello. What's in here? Oh, dude, all this shit. All of this stuff improves with level up. So it just gets better and better and better and better. This is what makes this game a little easier. Holy shit, dude. Fuck yeah, we're taking it. Okay. The long trek. Malcolm would never tell his wife or young children where he was from. It was a bloody tale that forever gave him nightmares. When their love was still fresh, Leandro once pressed him on the subject. All he would say is, freedom's price is never cheap. But that was 100 leagues and a lifetime ago. His haunted gaze lingered on his favorite books, and he would say no more. The Fugitive's Mantle. Malcolm Hawke is my dad. Ranged the breadth of the free marches as he ran from the Templars who pursued him. He often posed as a mercenary, and his substantial martial skills easily secured him positions in different bands. On one assignment for the Crimson Oars, he was sent to Kirkwall, the seat of Templar power in the region. He had every intention of staying there briefly, but fate had other plans. Malcolm's bequest. In Kirkwall, Malcolm met Leandra, and despite all common sense courted her. The few times Leandra managed to slip away from her family, Malcolm showed her a whole new world. Whole new world! Something completely different from her cloistered existence. It was dangerous, forbidden, and she quickly fell madly in love with the dashing Malcolm Hawke. These stolen moments would end all too soon. Don't they all? One day, while fighting the Carta on the docks, Malcolm used magic to save the life of the Crimson Oars leader. The Kirkwall Templars were alerted, but Malcolm went flee the city without seeing his loved one last time. He devised to meet her at the mass ball for the visiting Orlesian Empress. Disguised in Orlesian robes, Malcolm slipped past the Templars to dance with his love. At the end of the night, Leandra would not hear his goodbyes and chance at happiness rather than face her gray, prearranged future. Malcolm and Leandra ran into the night and never looked back. Malcolm's honor. Malcolm and Leandra fled across the waking sea to a new life away from the cold shadow of the gallows. It took some doing, but the vastness of Ferelden allowed them to fall beneath the notice of their Templar pursuers. They settled in the small village of Lothering, where Malcolm made every effort to ensure that his children didn't fear magic, and were well insulated against those who did. You gotta go? Alright. Thank you for stopping by. Good to see you. Good to see you, man. You have a good rest of your Saturday. Malcolm, I picked up a trick or two. Hopefully I'll be on tomorrow too, so. Here and there, and this deceptively simple staff shows the breadth of his knowledge. More an ongoing project from a specialist tool, it is the handiwork of someone comfortable with the life he must live, for as long as he is granted the opportunity to live it. Already read that. Okay. So that's for mages. Shit. Oh my good lord. Okay. Eldenens? Oh my fucking lord. My guys are gonna be just ridiculously... Freedom's Promise. Holy fuck. As Calenhad grew into a man, one great contentious idea separated him from Eldanon. Calenhad's faith. As biddable as Calenhad was on some topics, never would he back down from matters of honor or Andraste. What Eldanon believed, only Eldanon knew, but he most certainly did not believe in the Maker. The friends' arguments grew only hotter as the years passed. But that aside, the union of Calenhad's peerless honor and Eldanon's ingenuity overcame every obstacle set before them. Rivals turned into friends, treacheries were uncovered, and impossible battles won. But as we turned to Terran Simeon, no one rested easy. Terran Simeon's host outnumbered us many times over. He controlled the whole city of Denerim, but many great and terrible warriors had sworn fealty to him. Aldenon conceived a plan to enlist strong allies, and Calenhead went into the Brazilian forest to make it so. But unbeknownst to the mage, Calenhead had made contact with the Chantry. When Calenhead returned at the head of the Ash Warriors, as Aldenon expected, so as well did Templars and Circle Mages join our house. Aldenon was such a fury, such as I've never seen. He wanted a kingdom of free men, of moral people beholden to law, where a common man could tend his land safely and in peace. He lifted his staff, and his voice echoed through the hills. A civilization cannot be civil if it condones the slavery of another. And that is what this circle is. But by accident of birth, those mages would be free to live, love, and die as they choose. The circles will break. If it be 1 year, a decade, a century, or beyond, tyrants always fall, and the downtrodden always strive for freedom. Then Eldanon left. And although Lady Shayna slew Simeon that day, and Calenhead ruled a united kingdom, my liege was not the same without his mentor and friend. We live in the kingdom built on the dreams of two great friends, and we are all lessened by Eldanon's departure. Damn. Eldanon's vestments. To all appearances, he was a hedge wizard hailing from the Frostbacks, perhaps Alamari, but from the wild lands if so. Venerable, certainly worthy of respect, but not commanding it. When he stormed into my master's feast hall and offered his service in a resounding voice, there was laughter at his audacity. Several bondsmen offered to remove the miscreant, but before they could grab him, the mage lifted his staff and the bondsman fell to the ground. Each time they stood, they slipped again, and their antics were met with laughter. Arl Tenedor the Elder, who was not long for this world, demanded to know who this arrogant invader was. I am the beginning of the end. I am Luckbinder, Spellweaver, and the Keeper of Secrets, and I am here to build a kingdom. I'm Eldanon the Wise, and if you haven't heard of me yet, never can you say the same again. His voice boomed, silencing all. His magic was potent, and the hall gave him a wary look. Tenedor accepted him as his advisor that day. Then, when Tenedor the Younger rose to his father's seat, he took Eldanon into his service as well. I sat with the mage in many councils, and although his magecraft was greater than even the Tevinter Magisters, many believed his advice to be folly. He had little appreciation for the hard truths of our land, they said. Compassion, mercy, justice. They matter not when Terran Simeon invades your land, subverts your nobles, and takes what's yours. He grew bitter and impatient with us and ours, and these sentiments were often returned, but others could see he had a vision of something better than the endless petty wars of Terran and Arls. When Arl Mirrodin besieged us, a youth named Calenhead was sent to meet the Osp, but all expected a treacherous end. Yet the boy returned to great acclaim and announced there would be no terms. Eldanon was taken with the foolhardy honor the boy displayed and seemed to awaken as from a dream. The mage told Tenedor the Younger he would lend his aid for this battle, but after that he would serve another. Tenedor accepted his resignation with relief more than anything. By the end of the siege of the Western Hill, Arl Tenedor was no more. It was Calenhead who defeated Mirrodin in single combat and became Terran Calenhead. Eldanon was named his chief advisor. This is kind of like a story about all these people. That's pretty cool. As the chant robes of the Pretender. As the Chantry's hold on the kingdom grew, and Eldanon's rebel mages were claimed one by one, the great Calenhead came to regret letting the circle form in his kingdom. Certainly he missed his old friend's counsel, and then Calenhead disappeared, leaving Crown and Kingdom to his unborn son. One story says he's tracked down Martirel the Elusive, the only one of Eldanon's apprentices who was never captured. Calenhead managed what the Templars could not, and found the mage. He asked Martirel where Eldanon had fled to, but Martirel refused him. The next night the king asked again, and was again refused, so he began to tell Martirel his old life story. After a full week, the king reached the end of his tale, and Martirel heard the regret in the king's words, so the mage broke his solemn vow and told Calenhead where his old master had gone. Calenhead thanked him and left to find his truest friend. Whether Calenhead ever found Eldanon, what they said, and whether they made amends, only the Maker knows. That's the last anyone ever saw our king. Wisdom's Eye. Although his vestments are legendary, Eldanon also weaved many subtle and potent enchantments into his cap during the years he fought against the Circle Tower of Ferelden. He claimed he could use Wisdom's Eye to even see the future. Certainly the innumerable times he and the other rebel mages escaped Templars lend some credence to the claim. When Eldanon's band numbered fewer than the fingers of one hand, he donned his hat and meditated a full day. When he awoke, he said the Maker and the Circle had won, and he bade his apprentices run. He was never heard from again. Jesus. Okay. Jarvia's Shank? Oh, it's Jarvia's. Huh. Holy shit. Okay. Yeah, my inventory's fucking full. Great. Of course it is. Okay, so what we gotta do... Do I have a stash? I do. Storage. Here we go. So we just gotta store this stuff. until we get... So these are for, like, your main guy. I'm just gonna store all these for now. I'll get them later. Okay, hang on. Let me go get the rest of these. Okay. The Black Fox's Jerkin. During the merriest part of the night in any tavern in the lands, odds are good you'll hear one of the many tales of the Black Fox. A scoundrel and hero, the Black Fox's misadventures took him and his band throughout Thedas. He's blamed for many thefts, a few murders, a revolution, and almost a kingdom-wide civil war, but every one of his deeds were designed to thwart tyranny and oppression. The final tale of the Black Fox tells... Oh wait, that's right, an awakening was the Black Wolf. Tells of him and his band searching for the sunken city of the elves deep in the forest of Arlathan, where he parted with his Jerkin in a less than voluntary manner. I mean, yeah. Hood's message to the king. He wields a rebel's bow, strung tight against Heartwood's strained too far. It's a tension that can't last, but it doesn't have to, for the cause must be won or lost while passion still burns. It's a powerful template for revolution repeated many times across the free marches, but was it born on a battlefield or in rhetoric? The message to the king is where the stories usually diverge. Sometimes it's a plea for liberty taken to a tyrant's heart by the point of an arrow. More often, it's carried in the clatter of sacrifice as weapons fall to a courtyard's cobbles. It depends on the audience. The young like their victories sudden and violent, while the old prefer something more cautionary. Maybe that Hood is not so much a person as a tactic, ushered to far horizons or the Grey's embrace in order to protect conspirators. After all, how many deaths can he claim when one is the typical limit for a common man? True. But the tales return time and again across leagues and centuries. At a certain point, one hopes the name is symbolic because allying with such a power would bring its own problems and debts. Jarvia Shank. When the Carter crime boss Barat fell, his lover Jarvia fought off rivals, planting this shank in each of their hearts before she emerged as the group's undisputed leader. For years, Jarvia used a mix of brutality, cunning, and blackmail to grow the Carter's power until it threatened the Diamond Quarter itself. When King Endrin Dukan died, some whispered that Jarvia planned to force the assembly to recognize the rights of dusters in Orzammar. Others said she planned to overthrow the nobles entirely. The truth will never be known, though. She was killed in cold blood by the hero Ferelden. What the fuck do you mean cold blood? Are you fuck? That is BS. I did not kill her in cold blood. Maybe I did, but you know what? That's whatever. The Lion's Claws. That's cool that it says that, though. Foiled at every turn by the infamous outlaw Rady Rosamund, the ever-persistent Terran Logain fielded an army to chase the bandit through the Kukari wilds. Eventually, she was captured near Barsham. Bound, gagged, and in chains, she still managed to escape on the first night using thieves' tools concealed in these gloves. To this day, there's an unclaimed bounty on her head of 1,000 sovereigns. Ooh, I could use that. The Rascal Scale by Coinheart. Strangest suit I ever made, the scale for that fool rascal. No second thought needed. A project I wanted to try for years. Obvious given my name, right? But I could never find a fool to wear his wealth as protection. This one, though, was daft as any surface. It was paying 2 coins for each that I hammered. And that guy buys a smile and a nod for any idiot. I guess he's something of a name in his own lands, this rascal, so I can't really question, and I did him my best, like always. Damned lyrium weave left my fingers numb, though. No sword would get through that, I guarantee, but I'll bet his children are born pale. Okay. The Royal Collection. Ooh, here we go. Here, oh, dual weapon again. What the fuck? Okay. Longbow of the... Oh my god. Longbow of the Avars. We investigated the area as per your instruction. It seems Warden Fiona is correct. It was once a dwarven fortress that one of our scouts called Kul Baras. Regardless, it has fallen to ruin in the taint now. Despite Fiona's description, there were no darkspawn to be found. If they were ever present, they have since moved on. Which, if you ask me, seems highly unlikely. Her tales of this darkspawn who speaks must be a product of a fevered imagination. No, it's not. There are no signs of a library in the fortress, nor any indication that the Grey Warrens or King Merrick were there at all. One of my men did, however, find something in a section of the deep roads not far away. A longbow of Avar origin and amid darkspawn corpses. The age being too hard to judge considering how the creatures deteriorate. I suspect the bow belonged to Kel Ep Morgan, the warden who sacrificed himself to facilitate Fiona's escape. If so, he put up an impressive fight. We found no evidence of his body, sadly. I shall send the bow to you in Wysep. Bard's honor. A curious thing, Perrin. I found the axe among Kaelin's belongings, wrapped in damask cloth, and initially I thought it might be another gift from the Orlesian harlot. It was a pretty enough thing, and the markings on the blades certainly seemed imperial. I even went so far as to confront Kaelin with it. And do you know what he said? The axe was of personal importance to his father, so why wasn't it buried with his ashes? I asked, because my mother wouldn't have it approved. I wondered if he was lying, but Kaelin's terrible at it. I did some, yeah, it seems like